Welcome, beginners and those of you suffering with some low back pain. I'm Candace, founder of Candace Lee Yoga. These gentle poses that we're going to go through today might be just what your back ordered, and they're also perfect for beginners or if you haven't even done yoga ever. They're all for you. We're going to stretch, strengthen, and release tension in about 15 minutes. And then make it easy on yourself to keep coming back. Make sure you hit subscribe for this and other Candace Lee Yoga practices. Let's get started. So you see here, I have a chair. You could use a chair. You could use a firm wall. I don't have a firm wall here. Your couch, an ottoman, or a stack of blankets even. I just have this chair. Let's get started by laying down and you'll see where we're going with this. Place your legs up on your chair. So that the backs of your legs, your calves are resting comfortably. If you're finding your legs are kind of not so straight, see if you can find some adjustments to even them out. Whew, there you go. Do your wiggles and settle in. Noticing your breath. While you're lying here, you might bring your hands, if you want to connect with your breath a little bit more, bring the very tips of the longest finger together, resting it somewhere around your navel. As you breathe in an exaggerated inhale, big breath. You might notice that your fingertips slightly pull apart. On your exhale, they'll slightly come back together. Practice with me. After a few moments, maybe your arms want to come down by your sides. Soften that little space between your eyes, down the back of your neck. Soften the little hollow at the front of your neck through right around your collarbone. Let your arms for this moment get heavy into the floor. The purpose of this practice today, we're going to keep this shape a little shorter. If you're loving this and you want to stay a little bit longer, just hit pause. Just hit pause and then come back when you're ready to shift. For right now, I'm going to come out and either move away from wherever I had my legs up, or if you're using a chair, slide that chair off to the side. Coming back down to my back, bend your knees. Feel your feet on the floor. Wiggle your body a little bit. So you're starting to notice where your level is, where your whole back meets the earth. And then we're going to give attention to this lower part of our torso, these pelvic bones. Notice where your hip bones are. Begin to scoop your tailbone under, so you start feeling less and less space between your low back and the mat. And then shifting the other way, tilting your tailbone. Notice how your low back moves away. Tilt, tuck, starting here for familiarity. Beautiful. And then staying with this movement, if you'd prefer a little more passive movement, a flow, something gentle, soft. But if you'd like to turn this into something a little bit more engaging, then as you're tilting your tailbone, start to engage your abdominal muscles. Draw your low belly in. Maybe press a little bit of your feet into the floor for that stability. Hold. And then release. We'll try that again. Active version. Scoop the tailbone. Engage maybe the glutes. Engage the abdominals. Hold. Soften those shoulders. Hold. And release. Just about 3 more times. Release, relax, tilt, and engage. Tuck and engage. Tuck. You're scooping under. Beautiful. Relax. Keep your breath flowing. Try not to hold your breath. Scoop that tailbone under again. Low back's meeting the floor. Engage the abs. Maybe squeeze your glutes. 2, 3, 4. Relax. One more together. Engage. Engage. Relax. Again, this is if you're choosing the active route. And soften. Beautiful. A little wiggle. A little wiggle. Relax your body. Soften your low back. And eventually roll all the way over onto your belly. Checking behind you, making sure you've got some clearance. All right, all the way down onto your belly. Head comes to the floor. Pause. And then slowly begin to bring your hands somewhere around your rib cage. Okay, and through experience, you'll kind of figure out the space of width that you need. But bring those elbows in, not super pinched to the size of your body, but bring them so they're parallel with the size of your body, and your elbows looking towards your heels. Engage the tops of your toes on the floor and slowly lift your heart up. Lower back down. This is low cobra. Low cobra. Again, soften those shoulders, elbows draw back, toes engaged. Lift your heart. Just enough. It does not have to be super, super high. Just enough so you notice some muscles are engaged. And then release back down. We'll do 2 more just like that. Lift. Also notice if when you're lifting, if you have a natural inclination to lift your chin way up, we're going to give the neck a break and keep that a little more parallel. a little more neutral, releasing down. One more time, lifting your head up, nice long back of the neck, and down. Beautiful. Just rest. Oh, just rest. Wiggle a little bit if that feels good in your body. Do the thing that makes the most sense for you. All right, now slow and steady. Press gently up. Now, engage through your core. We've been talking about that low belly part, making our back a little bit stronger, a little bit more active, moving your hips back to your heels. This is child's pose for our beginners. Now, slow and steady. Always slow and steady. Building mindfulness. Come on to your side this time. Come on to your side. So for this one, we're going to stack the knees. These are our supports. We're going to do a variation of a side plank. And some of you are instantaneously going to want to jump right up into a full-bodied side plank if you've heard of these before. But for this one in particular, I'd like you to stay down a little lower, keeping your knees on the floor, trying not to drop weight into your shoulder. Nice strong arm here. Lift your hips. Doing your very best. See there, I wanted to go up a little higher. Doing your very best to try to lift to the point of engagement. Go ahead and poke around. You might feel some muscles in there going, oh, hello, they're activating. Yes, I feel those, but not super high. Nice long spine, release down. For this practice, we're going to do just 3 on each side. Pressing up. Again, playing around, lifting up, going, is that too high? Bring it down. Bring the hips forward. Beautiful. Releasing down. One more time. Lift, squeeze and hold. Soften the shoulders. And nice. Flip around so we can do the other side too. So we can be even. Be even. Up on that elbow. And watch right here. It's not this. We're coming up. So you're pushing away from the floor. So you're not causing stress on these shoulders. Keeping your knees down for this variation. Hovering up over the floor. So there's a little bit of space. Beautiful. Release back down. 2 more. Lift up. Release down. 1 more. Lift up. And release down. Nice. Pause just for a minute. Whew. Feel your body feels. Notice if there were any time where you feel like things are becoming a little more bothered, go ahead and lie down to your back. Roll down to your back, pull your knees into your chest. How you can tell in a practice if this is helping your back or making things a little bit more aggravated is by monitoring your pain levels. Hug the knees in. Notice when something is reducing that pain sensor and when something is making it worse. So it's going to be your internal feedback. Down on your back. Not too long of a practice, a little bit of movement, of stretch, a little bit of strengthen. If you feel like you want to do this again, feel free to slide back to the start. Play it over and over. And then either with knees bent or start to straighten, we're going to move into Shavasana. Shavasana is simply that resting space at the end of your yoga practice. Allowing the weight of your body to melt down into the floor. Just melts. Give permission to yourself to sink here. The low back starts to get a little aggravated if your legs are extended. Simply slowly, one at a time, bring them back to a bend. See if that takes any tension off your low back. A little bit of swing. Since all back pain is different, there's no one-size-fits-all program. It's super, super important to begin to become super mindful. Hey, that worked. That one did not. This is one of those areas where doing less than you believe you can is best when you're starting out. Big inhale and exhale. Find yourself rolling out to the side, whichever side you wish to come up to a seat. To a nice, easy seat. Relax your shoulders, your back body. That feels nice. Beautiful. Bring your attention down to your heart. Maybe start to bow your chin. Maybe bring your hands to your heart. Sending you big, big wishes of peace and love and gratitude. Welcome to our brand new yoga students. Welcome to everyone who has returned. We close our practice. Namaste. If you feel more relaxed and like this helped your back and you want to keep going, check out the next video we have right here in Candace Lee Yoga. Bye for now.